Hello, everyone. My name is Bryce Payton, and this is my AEP 880 module number one. So a little bit about me. Me and my wife just celebrated our seventh wedding anniversary uh, in Hannah in June. We have two beautiful daughters. Parker 4, she's on the left, and Hallie is 2. I enjoy teaching and coaching very much. I love spending time with my family as much as I can. Um, and the highlight of our summer was being able to go on two different beach vacations, kind of spur of the moment, but it was good between classes, master's classes. It was great to get away. So a little bit about me for professionally. I was born and raised in Wathena, Kansas. I graduated from Washburn University in 2015. I accepted a position at Riverside USD 114 as special education teacher my first year. Fell into the role of a 6th through 8th physical education / weights teacher the following year, and that's where I currently am. And I am the current head football and baseball coach, so right now is pretty busy for me. And here's my critical analysis and reflection on equity, inclusiveness, cultural responsiveness. So positive school cultures. This is so important. Your school must have a positive vibe to it. And if kids don't want to be there, if staff doesn't want to be there, it's going to be evident, and learning will be more difficult for that. Number one, building relationships, and that's from staff to staff, staff to students, students to students, staff to parents, administration to parents, and more importantly, even the community. Getting the community involved is an important thing, and if you have a good positive feel in your communities, that definitely helps with the school district as well. Set high and clear expectations for all students. If there's not a bar for students to be able to raise to, then they're always going to fall short. They're never going to meet any expectations. You got to have high expectations for them. Consistent expectations for behavior and discipline as well. Appreciate your staff and students. The little things go a long ways, and being able to thank your students for what they do, and also your staff. Don't allow negative talk. Energy vampires can really kill learning and education, and just kind of defeat the whole purpose of the whole thing. So try to keep that down as much as you can in your school. Incorporate student voice and choice. Whenever you're giving students choice, or their voice is being heard, they're more apt to learn and feel more comfortable. So inclusive and supportive school culture. You can, right? You can reduce bullying, decrease absenteeism, which is huge right now post-COVID. I don't know if any other school districts are dealing with this, but this is one thing that ours is definitely it's trending in the right direction now, but we struggled in the last few years. Increase academic performance, improve educational equity. Effective mission statements includes all inclusive language that is understood for all. Make sure all the students are understanding what's being said. Accessible events, activities, and celebrations for achievement. This is one thing I do like that our school does. Every quarter they invite the community members, parents in and recognize the students that have made perfect attendance and any other achievements that or awards that been are handed out at that time. Equitable school culture. Understand where students are and how to get them there. I think that is very, very difficult to do um, because it takes time and effort. You have to understand where they're at, so you have to have um, measures and expectations and goals to get them to where they need to be. And that, like I said, that can be a difficult task to do, um, but it can be done, and that's when the best learning happens. Embrace uniqueness, strengths, and challenges for each student. Every kid is different, and you have to look at them all differently and find their uniqueness and use that to propel them through the challenges. Build relationships with individuals and create bonds. I talked about this for shortly ago, but it's so important. The students have to understand and know that you care about them if they're going to really listen and learn from you. Equity and access for all learning. Ensure equal opportunities for all students and parents. Students and parents need to have the same equal rights and opportunities to do things just like everybody else. And establish any norms to allow students to open up. Excuse me. Culturally responsive school. Okay, understand possible challenges of the students. That could be demographics, poverty rates, socioeconomic status, free and reduced lunches, single home families. That all of those play a big factor in a school and each student's lives. Ensure all students feel safe and have an identity in the school. All students need to be able to come into your buildings and feel safe and want to learn. The facilities effectively make everyone feel welcome. They should be able to easy to access, understand where everything is. If parents need to come in the building. Policy and curriculum align with the mission, vision, and values. And research on be sensitive to immigrant students and their families' cultures. Recruit, retain, and train staff. Okay, recruiting good staff, diverse staff, retain them, keep them there, and then train them accordingly is very, very important to a good school culture. Now, my reflection of my own school, which is Riverside USD 114 in Northeast Kansas. Some positive things that we do for our school culture. I feel like we do a great job of creating activities for students and parents to have a good time. We have our PTO puts on a fun mother-son night where the kids play dodgeball with their moms and so on and so forth. And we do a daddy-daughter dance. Just some great activities to get the parents in the school involved with their students. School works closely with parents and community members. The multimedia, social media keeps community and stakeholders involved through our Facebook pages and plenty of other alleys to get the information out. And one thing our school did this year, they created a video to share with the community and staff on the first day of school, and it was called Cyclone Strong, and it was a great video conducted and it really summed up our newer district. Our students have the ability and opportunity to participate in various activities. The staff has the students' best interests in mind and look to build on the relationships. Our staff works together to assure that the students are being supported in those classrooms. It's so, so important. And we seem, our staff love to work on our weaknesses, but celebrate our successes. So understanding that that we're not perfect and we have things to work on, but we also need to celebrate the little things and and make sure kids feel good about themselves in our classrooms as well. Equitable and responsive. We have a diverse group of students and staff, and we try to embrace those differences and make sure that all students are being treated equally. Our school has high expectations and goals. This is all set forth by our superintendent and on down for our students to work with them to achieve them. So we're right there hand in hand to help them in any way we can. With being a newer district, we're a consolidated district back in 2011. So we are working through and continuing to just create new traditions. Some seem to stick a little better than others. Meet each child where they are and help facilitate their individual needs. And be aware of students' mental health needs as well. It's something that kind of has been pushed to the very front now, and we're seeing more and more of the signs that we have to look out for each one of our students. My school, compared to the resources, which I thought our school, I saw a lot of things in the resources that our school does on a regular basis. Our administration is highly involved. We understand the data that is collected on our students and parents. Our socioeconomic status, our free and reduced lunch, our population, average incomes, all those weigh a factor into our students and the way we have to teach, and the possible outcomes and obstacles that we could face. We focus on building relationships with the students and parents to gain trust and help them succeed. That's so big because every parent wants to call and complain, but they don't understand. They don't understand the right here. They don't always understand the ins and outs of what's going on in the school. So, positivity has been huge in our district in recent years as our administration has changed. How to support education success and well-being of each student and adult. Our goal and mission is to provide a safe environment that empowers students to obtain their educational and professional or personal goals to be lifelong learners. And from our administration down, they understand the importance of staying committed to those school cultures to promote success in each of our buildings. And I think they really understand that, and it does trickle down, and I feel like it's starting to have an effect in our buildings. Familiar characteristics. Building relationships with our students and my students, keeping a positive demeanor, constantly be smiling, talking to the kids, making them smile, having respect for all the students and staff members, making sure everyone has the same opportunities to succeed, and continue to think about these cultures and how I can improve daily and encourage my coworkers to do the exact same. Some concluding statements. The key sections to CLO 1-3 were represented in both the resource and found in the school. Being able to use my knowledge from the resources to share with my current staff and think about how I can use and assist my future staff in creating a positive culture. All the cultures for success of my students. This assignment was relevant to my current teaching and learning, as it was nice to look back and think about the types of cultures I promote in my classroom, as well as ones in the school lean on a daily basis. This assignment has improved my learning and cultural responsiveness more than equity and inclusiveness, because I feel like I was able to dive in what it looks like even more in my classroom. In my reflection, it's really helped me gain more knowledge, as well as how to share those with my future staff. And here are my references.